Hello? Welcome. You have climbed high enough. Whatever path brought you here, whatever roads and foothills and long, slow hours of ascent filled your day, you have arrived, and the mountain is steady beneath you, and the sky is open above you, and there is nothing left to do tonight but rest. The day is finished. The effort is behind you, and the night has been waiting for you, patient as stone, generous as starlight, asking nothing in return. So let us begin with your breath. Breathe in slowly through your nose. The air up here is thin and cool and clean, carrying with it the faint scent of cedar and cold rock and the metallic sweetness of snow that has never melted. It enters your lungs differently at this altitude, lighter, sharper, like drinking cold water from a mountain spring, and your body opens to receive it the way a valley opens to receive the wind, naturally, without effort, because this is what it was always designed to do. And release. Let the breath leave you slowly, like mist rising from a warm stone into cool air. Unhurried, drifting, dissolving into the enormous quiet of the mountain. Feel your shoulders drop. Feel the small muscles behind your eyes soften, the ones that have been working all day, scanning, reading, focusing, managing the world at close range. They can rest now. There is nothing close to focus on tonight. Everything is far away and beautiful, and your eyes can simply be. Breathe in again. Slowly, let the thin, clean air fill you and notice how it feels. The coolness in your nostrils, the gentle expansion of your ribs, the way your body knows exactly how much to take and when to stop. You have been breathing all day without thinking about it, your lungs keeping their faithful rhythm through every meeting and every task and every small moment of worry, and they have not faltered once. Quiet strength, the kind that does not announce itself, but simply continues, steady and sure, keeping you alive. And let it go. And now, behind your closed eyes, imagine this, a mountain. A high mountain in the Chilean Andes, far from any city, far from any road, where the air is thin and the stars are close, and an old observatory sits on a ridge of dark stone, its silver dome partially open to the night sky, a warm amber light glowing from within like a lantern set among the stars. Now let your breathing find its own rhythm. The steady, faithful rhythm it has carried all day and will carry through the night. The rhythm it maintains even while you sleep, even while you dream, never stopping, never faltering, quietly keeping you safe. Let your attention drift downward through your body, gently, the way starlight drifts down through the atmosphere, passing through layer after layer of air, losing nothing, changing only in warmth, until it arrives at the earth, soft and silver and unhurried. Begin with your feet and your legs. They have carried you upward today, up the long mountain path, and they have done it with the same quiet, uncomplaining strength they bring to every day. Feel the soles of your feet relax against the surface beneath you, the arches softening, the toes uncurling. A warmth begins there, not from exertion, but from release. The deep warmth that comes when muscles that have been working finally stop and rest. Let it travel upward through your calves, loosening the fibers, melting the small knots of effort. Your knees soften. Your thighs grow heavy and warm. Your hips settle, and the great muscles of your legs, those faithful engines that have climbed without complaint, give themselves over to gravity and to stillness. Now, your torso and your hands. Your lower back releases, and the relief is immediate and deep. The way the relief of setting down a heavy pack is deep. Not just the absence of weight, but the presence of freedom. Your stomach softens, your chest opens, and your lungs expand more easily, grateful for the space. And your hands, let them rest uncurled, palms open, fingers gently spread. These hands have gripped and held and carried and typed and reached all day, every gesture, a small act of strength you did not notice because it was too ordinary to notice, too reliable, too quiet. Like the mountain, like the stars. The strongest things are often the quietest. And your shoulders, your neck, your face. Let your shoulders fall, not collapse, but descend. The way a hawk descends from a thermal, slowly, gliding, using gravity as an ally rather than an opponent. They have been held high all day, bracing against the world, and they can lower now because the world is not asking anything of you tonight. Your neck lengthens. Your jaw loosens. The muscles of your face, those extraordinary expressive muscles that have smiled and frowned and concentrated and communicated all day, they can be still now, still as the mountain, still as stone in starlight, not empty, not absent, still, the way strong things are, still when they have done their work. Now, imagine this. You are inside the observatory. The dome is a great curved shell of silver metal, perhaps 10 meters across, and it is partially open to the sky. A wide slit in the roof through which you can see the stars, not as you have seen them from cities, scattered and faint and competing with streetlights, but as they truly are, innumerable, blazing, layered in depth so that some seem close and bright and others seem impossibly distant, a dust of light so fine it is barely distinguishable from darkness, and all of it turning, slowly, imperceptibly. The great wheel of the galaxy rotating above you with a patience that makes your own life seem, for a moment, wonderfully small and wonderfully held. In the center of the dome, a large telescope stands on a heavy brass and iron pedestal. Old, beautifully made, its tube of dark green metal pointing upward through the slit toward a particular patch of sky. It is tracking something, following it with a slow, precise rotation that is almost invisible, the motor humming its single low note, patient and faithful, doing its work without hurry, without anxiety, without needing to be watched or praised. Just turning. Just following the stars. Around the telescope, the space is warm and quiet. The floor is worn dark wood planks that creak softly if you shift your weight, a friendly sound, a sound of a building that has been lived in and loved. Against one curved wall stands a heavy wooden desk covered with star charts, large, detailed maps of the night sky printed on thick cream paper, with constellation lines drawn in faint blue ink and star positions marked in tiny precise dots. A leather-bound notebook lies open beside them, its pages filled with neat handwriting, columns of numbers and observations recorded night after night by someone who found the act of watching and recording to be its own quiet reward. A single hooded brass lamp sits on the desk, its light warm and amber and carefully directed downward so as not to interfere with the darkness above. It casts a pool of gold across the charts and the notebook, and beyond its reach, the dome curves upward into shadow, and beyond the shadow, through the slit, the stars. The contrast is extraordinary, this small, warm, human circle of lamplight inside the vast, cool, silent cathedral of the sky, and yet it does not feel lonely. It feels right. It feels like exactly the right proportion of warmth to darkness, of shelter to exposure, of the known to the unknown. You are safe in the lamplight, and the universe is safe in its darkness, and neither needs to change. There is a cushioned platform along the curved wall opposite the desk, a wooden bench with a thick mattress and heavy wool blankets in dark navy and cream, set low enough to lie on and look upward through the dome slit at the sky. The blankets smell faintly of cedar and lanolin, the honest smell of wool that has been stored with care. And they are warm, deeply warm, the kind of warmth that comes from dense, natural fiber, and that grows deeper the longer you lie beneath it. Someone has placed a pillow at one end, and beside the pillow, on a small wooden shelf, a ceramic mug of something warm. You can see the steam rising in the lamplight, catching the amber glow like a tiny rising galaxy of its own. You lie down. The mattress receives you, firm and supportive, and you pull the wool blankets up to your chest and settle into the warmth, and it is good. The mug on the shelf is chamomile tea, and you take it in both hands and drink, and it is warm and faintly sweet, and tastes of honey and dried flowers and quiet evenings, and the warmth of it meets the warmth of the blankets and the warmth of the lamplight, and everything conspires gently toward rest. You set the mug down and lie back, and you look up through the dome slit at the stars and you listen. Outside, on the wooden observation platform that extends from the dome's base, a set of brass wind chimes hangs from the railing. You cannot see them from here, but you can hear them. Not the bright, sharp tinkling of small chimes in a garden, but something deeper, more resonant, the sound of heavy brass tubes suspended on cord, turning slowly in the mountain wind, catching each other and producing a tone that is round and warm and sustained, a tone that does not ring but hums, that does not chatter but speaks, one note at a time, with long silences between, the way a wise person speaks, saying only what is necessary, and then waiting. The wind that moves them is gentle tonight, not gusting but flowing, a steady, invisible river of thin, cold air moving along the ridge, and the chimes turn in it the way a weather vane turns, the way a leaf turns in a stream, without resistance, without effort. They do not fight the wind. They do not try to be louder than the silence. They simply receive the breath of the mountain and turn it into music, one note at a time, and when the wind pauses, they pause, and when the wind returns, they speak again, and it is enough. It is more than enough. It is perfect. There is a kind of strength in that, in being moved without being broken, in receiving force and transforming it into beauty rather than resistance. The chimes do not hold themselves rigid against the wind. They do not brace. They hang freely, and the freedom is what makes the music possible. You lie beneath the stars and listen to them, and something in you recognizes this, some deep and quiet part of you that has been bracing all day, holding itself against the small winds of the world, the demands, the expectations, the invisible pressures that push and pull at you from morning to night. And that part of you softens now, the way the chimes soften, and begins to turn with the wind instead of against it, and the note it produces is relief. Your eyes adjust to the darkness above the lamplight. At first, through the dome slit, you saw only the brightest stars, the ones that burn fierce and white and cannot be ignored, the ones that ancient mariners steered by, the ones that children point to and name. But now, as your pupils widen and your vision deepens, the sky begins to reveal itself in layers, the way a dark room reveals itself when you stop trying to see and simply let your eyes receive. Behind the bright stars, there are dimmer ones. And behind those, dimmer still. And behind those, a faint, continuous luminosity that is not individual stars at all, but the combined light of millions of them, so distant and so numerous that they merge into a river of pale silver. The Milky Way, the galaxy you are inside of, seen from within, the way a fish sees the ocean, not as a thing to be comprehended, but as a thing to be immersed in, surrounded by, held, and you are held within it. Right now, lying on this mountain in the thin, cold air, wrapped in wool blankets, listening to wind chimes, you are inside a galaxy. You are part of it. Every atom in your body was forged in a star that died billions of years before you were born, and those atoms will continue long after you have finished using them, returning to the cycle, becoming something else, becoming part of the next quiet miracle. This is not a thought that makes you feel small. It is a thought that makes you feel held. Because if the universe is vast, and it is incomprehensibly, dizzyingly, magnificently vast, then the fact that you are here at all, that you exist, that you are lying on a mountain looking up at the work of 14 billion years of cosmic patience means something. Not something you need to define or understand or prove. Just something. The universe made you. The stars made the iron in your blood and the calcium in your bones. And they did not do it quickly or carelessly. They burned for millions of years, steady and faithful, and when they had finished their work, they released their gifts into the dark. And eventually, after an unimaginable chain of quiet, persistent events, those gifts became you. You, lying here, warm under wool, listening to chimes. You, who climbed a mountain today. You, who are strong in the quiet, persistent way that stars are strong, not because you burn brightest, but because you continue. The telescope hums. You had almost forgotten it was there. Its sound so steady and so low that it had merged with the silence, the way the hum of your own heartbeat merges with the silence of your body. Always present, always working, never asking for attention. But now you notice it again. And there is comfort in it, the comfort of reliable things, of machines that do their work without fanfare, of processes that continue through the night while you sleep. It is following a star, or perhaps a planet, or a distant nebula, or a galaxy so far away that the light you see tonight left it before the mountains beneath you existed. You do not know what it is watching. and you do not need to know. The telescope knows. The motor knows. The slow, precise gears know, turning at exactly the speed of the Earth's rotation, counteracting it, holding the image steady while the planet spins beneath. And there is something deeply reassuring about this. The idea that even while you sleep, even while you are unaware, something is keeping watch. Something is tracking the sky. Something is holding steady. The hum continues, and the chimes sound again. One low, warm note, then silence, then another, slightly higher, and the two sounds layer together, the mechanical and the natural, the precise and the free, and they do not compete. They coexist. The way you coexist with the mountain, the way the lamplight coexists with the starlight, the way your small, warm, human life coexists with the vast, cold beauty of the cosmos, neither diminished by the other, both necessary, both sufficient, both quietly, persistently, beautifully doing their work. You pull the wool blanket a little higher, and the warmth deepens, and the stars continue their slow wheel above the dome, and the chimes speak, and fall silent, and speak again, and the telescope follows its star with the patience of something that has all the time in the world. And you are here, inside all of it, warm and still, and you do not need to track anything or follow anything or hold anything steady tonight. The mountain holds you. The dome shelters you. The blankets warm you. And the quiet strength that carried you through the day, the same strength that keeps the telescope turning and the stars burning and the chimes sounding, that strength is still there inside you, not working now, just resting, just being, the way a river is still a river, even when it reaches the still, deep pool before the next cascade. It does not stop being strong because it is still. It gathers. It rests. It waits. The lamp is burning low. The amber light has softened to a deep gold, barely reaching the edges of the dome, and the darkness above has grown deeper, richer, closer, as though the sky is leaning down toward you, gathering you into its stillness the way a parent gathers a child, gently, completely, without needing to be asked. The stars are still there. They have been there since before the mountain was a mountain, since before the rock was rock, since before the atoms that make your bones were anything but light and heat and pressure in the heart of a dying sun. They have been doing their work, burning, turning, holding their place in the great, slow wheel for longer than your mind can hold. and they will continue long after tonight, long after tomorrow, long after every worry you have ever carried has dissolved into the same silence that holds them now. And you have been doing your work, too. Quietly, steadily. Without always knowing if it mattered, without always seeing the result, without always being thanked or noticed or praised. But the work was done. The days were lived. The mountain was climbed. And now the climb is over, and you are at the top, and the sky is open, and you can rest. You can rest the way the mountain rests. Solid, still, unhurried, knowing that strength does not require motion, that power does not require noise, that the deepest, most enduring things in the universe are also the most quiet. The chimes sound once more, a single, low, warm note, like a bell rung in a cathedral of stars, and it fades slowly, slowly, slowly into the silence, and the silence receives it, and the silence is kind. You are strong. Not in the loud way, not in the way that demands to be seen. In the quiet way, the star way, the mountain way, the way that continues. Rest now. The dome holds you. The mountain holds the dome. And the stars hold the mountain, and the silence holds the stars, and you are inside all of it, warm and safe. And still, and there is nothing left to do but sleep. The stars turn. The chimes are quiet. You are safe. Rest now. Sleep